Madness. Madness. Total madness.
This is either madness or brilliance.
Trying to make sense out of all the madness.
It is now time for Midday Madness.
But it's madness.
WDBK's Midday Show, where the madness is just beginning.
And welcome to 91.5 WDBK for Midday Madness here on this Wednesday, April 29th. Yes, we're midway through the week. That's the best thing about this show, right? But we got a little bit of a special guest that's going to be joining us in from a very big-time remote location. It's very far away into the next room. But our radio station coordinator, Nick Earnshaw, what's going on?
What's going on, Vince? You got me? Hear me? Am I on?
Yes, you're on. Yes, you're on air. We got the big on air sign. We'll put that in front of you.
That's fantastic. No, I mean, we're trying out a couple of different new things here at 91.5 WDBK. I'm able to join you a little bit remotely. Everything sounds good. Do our levels look okay, Vince? Like, what is going on over there?
There's a lot. I mean, it's like we're a radio station over here.
We are a radio station, though. We're a real radio station.
Yes, we are.
I like to say.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know how's the weather over there, right?
How's the weather? Demir, you want to chime in?
All right,
sure. This guy.
Weather's pretty okay out there. Clouds. There's some clouds. Yeah. Vince doesn't know what I'm talking about. See, clouds are like these things that come from the sky. Give us rain, give us snow.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I feel so educated. I really do.
There you go. Well, sounds good. Love it. I'm gonna step off and let you do your Midday Madness show because I know you got class coming up here.
Yeah,
it is what it is. There you go.
All right, that was Nick Earnshaw, our radio station coordinator here. English would be nice at 91.5 WDBK. Yeah, we have a lot of new technology that we are trying out as we move at the end of this semester. Of course, when I get ready to leave, right? As I graduate, more fun things come into the station, but it's okay. It is what it is. We're making it happen. We're living our life. We're doing what we have to do. But then, once again, glad that you are with us and glad that you are joining us here live at 91.5 WDBK. We're going to get into quite a lot coming up as Around the Bend. We'll have some Flyers talk. We'll have some Sixers talk. They were able to get a win last night in Boston. They put together one heck of a fourth quarter. They outscored the Celtics the final two quarters of the game. Third and fourth quarter outscored them, and it was definitely one heck of a game to witness that, I can tell you. Putting up 113 points to the Celtics 97. Yeah, not bad whatsoever. And as well, holding the Celtics to only 11 points in that final quarter of play. Definitely something quite interesting. And I think it just shows the pressure that is put on the players at the end of the day, right? The Sixers were in a crunch time situation. They needed to win. If they lost, it was over, right? The Phillies as well yesterday. What exactly happened there? They got a shutout? A shutout? What? What is happening? 7-0? They shut out a team. The Phillies won a baseball game. We'll start off with that. Under a new manager, right? A lot going on. But again, it's kind of showing that there's a lot of shock going in the Philadelphia area at this point in time. And it's just, I mean, there's a lot going down, right? Especially the Phillies, right? We all know what happened. Topper being let go by the Phillies organization. Mattingly coming in, Don Mattingly being the new interim GM for the Phils at this point in time. Now, a lot of people are saying, is a new version of the Phillies going to be coming around now, right? Are we going to get that same type of feel back in 2022 when Joe Girardi got let go and Rob Thompson stepped up to be interim manager? What happened? They went to the World Series that year. Myself, in my own opinion, do not think that's going to happen. I do not think they are going to get to the World Series, let alone at this point. Who knows if they'll even make the playoffs? I mean, we were talking about it, and I mean, we know the Phillies' average age at this point in time is in the 30s. Your main core is in the 30s. You have a catcher who is in his mid-30s, and you re-signed him to a 3-year deal because why the heck not? We don't care anymore, apparently. And a bunch of declining players. And Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber goes up, he hits a home run, then he strikes out, right? Trey Turner, who, I mean, that's a whole nother story. Alec Boehm, not in his 30s, but still, yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. But there's just, again, the original point that I was looking to go back to here is the amount of shock that is happening and occurring in Philadelphia at this point in time. Now, all three teams have a chance to be in a big shock, right? We know the Phillies are in one, obviously with the firing of Rob Thompson. We know that the Sixers were in one because they were in a last game type of situation. You win or go home. The Flyers are making their way towards one right now because they have a chance to repeat history for the most positive side of things, because Game 6 tonight in South Philadelphia against Pittsburgh. Back in 2012, they won in Game 6 to lay off of Pittsburgh. But there's a lot kind of going on at this point in time. And I have to say, a lot of shock. The Flyers can really put us in shock if they go to Game 7, which I know a lot of fans do not want to happen. So there's just so much. And I have somebody else joining me. No, it's not Nick Earnshaw this time, folks. It is not Nick Earnshaw, but it's another guy. It's another guy over here who, let's just say, I was in a WrestleMania stream with this guy right here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Anthony Bambino. What's up, y'all?
It's like your first time on the airwaves. Hello, my name is Anthony.
Hey, come on. You always got to keep it polite, man. Keep it polite.
Oh, he's keeping it polite. Okay, look this nice guy. Look this guy.
All right, buddy. Don't get too ahead of yourself now.
Nice guy.
Don't get too ahead of yourself now.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay, I'll go to you then. What's happened these past literally couple days? It hasn't even. It feels like it's been this past week, but it's literally been these past couple of days. To all that's been going on in Philly right now, in Philly sports, I mean, what is your reaction to it? I mean, it seems to be, number one thing after the other, and number two, it's just a lot of negative and drama, which is typical Philly sports.
Typical Philly sports. I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of crazy. I mean, keeping up with it, with the Sixers last night, like you said, holding Celtics to 11 points.
Yeah,
just that. See, fortunately, I was, busy last night, so I wasn't able to watch the game. But, looking at the highlights and just seeing all the overall reviews and just looking at the play-by-plays, the replays.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good game. I mean, I can't even lie. Now I've seen a lot of people talking about, Sixers and 7. Look, realistically, it's 3-2 now. It's 3-2. I don't see. I mean, we could, make a Game 7 comeback, but realistically, with how every year when we've played Boston, whether it's in the play-ins or just that first round, we think we have the one up on them, and then Game 6 they come out and completely blow us out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Would I like to see us maybe move to the second round, or possibly to the semifinals, or even I would say even the conference finals?
Yep.
That would be great, but realistically,
that's the thing. We got to think realistic.
I don't see it happening. I mean, especially with a team that Boston is, with their star power, their defense, which is phenomenal. And I'm not even a Celtics fan. I'm not trying to be like, I've been I'm a diehard Sixers fan. That's how it is. But I got to give credit where credit is due. Boston's defense is, I wouldn't say top 5, but in my opinion, top 10 or at least top 20 in the league.
Yeah.
Realistically, I see us maybe forcing a Game 7.
Right.
But
I mean, remember, you haven't won a single game in Philly in the series.
Yeah.
So it's that, and then also the fact that, I mean, Boston, and I think you said it best right there. I mean, they are a more aggressive team all around, and this is something where I can go back and utilize the rebounding type factor. The Celtics can rebound. They can put baskets back up there. The Sixers, on the other hand, can't. They don't. No. They've shown it constantly. And literally last night, I can use the examples of both top scorers for either side: Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, 33 points. The guy only has 4 rebounds. Jason Tatum put up 16 rebounds last night. The Celtics, and they've been doing it this entire series, they can get back what they missed at the beginning. They can, I mean, the Sixers give them opportunities, which they have. The Celtics will pound their face in with it, and they will jam it down their throats. Sixers, on the other hand, it's kind of just like, if it goes our way, it goes our way. The main thing with the Sixers is if they are not on, they're losing the game. And what I mean by that is if they're not throwing up threes and those threes are not going, they're screwed. Yeah. Last night, that was actually going well. Embiid, Maxey, they were putting up threes, they were going down. But if that is off and it is not working, then on the other hand, it's just it's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. So I just
as we were talking about sports,
something popped up on the StreamYard. I don't know. I have to get the eraser out. Hold on. Let me see here. Oh my.
Oh my God.
So
wow.
All right.
Wow.
So we have another big time guest coming in here on the Midday Madness show here for Vinny's Voice. We have, oh boy, do we have something. Yeah, we have the women's basketball coach and as well softball coach of here at Camden County College, Coach Chip Ritano. What's going on? He looks like he's calling in or joining us from his office over there.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Oh, here he is. Oh boy. So, look at this. I could ask him a million questions right now. Oh my God.
Oh
right.
boy, the wheels are turning in Vince's head right now.
Oh, the wheels are turning. No, they don't turn out. My brain thinks no. Anyway, right?
No disagreement here.
Wow. I walked into that one. It's okay. But Coach Chip, how's everything going so far? How's the weather over there in the athletic department?
So far so good. I know there's a chance of rain later on today. I'm trying to wish it away because we have a home doubleheader today.
Yeah, and with that home doubleheader, you will be able to catch it here live on 91.5 WDBK for both games, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock as well. But I mean, how do you feel going into this? I mean, how's the vibe over there in the locker room with the girls?
I mean, it's good. Honestly, we've already clinched a playoff spot, so we're in good shape there. If we guarantee ourselves a winning record with a couple of wins today, but we're playing RCSJ Cumberland. Mm-hmm. We played them at their place yesterday, and we had 2 nice wins. So we're hoping to have a repeat today.
Yeah, I mean, it's because I know the main thing that, especially with, having a tough start to the year. And when I mean tough start, I'm not necessarily going to games right off the bat there. I'm talking about just the weather. I mean, it was something where it was so hard for you guys to kind of get into a groove. I think you even said in one of your interviews on the coaches show that you at the beginning of the season, you could literally ice skate from first to second base. It was just constant. There was no end. But I mean, how's things like? How did you notice things progress throughout the season? Did you notice the team kind of get more of a morale type factor and just kind of pull themselves together to put these wins together and now have yourself sitting in a playoff spot? Now have the potential to just improve your record now as we near the end.
I mean, honestly, they're a lot of fun to coach because they really are there for each other every day, and when things don't always go our way, they still have each other's back at the end of the day. And I think that's been makes my job a lot easier to coach them. But we've been hitting the ball. I mean, we're literally averaging double figures a game in runs. We're one of the top 10 offensive teams in the country right now. If our gloves work, we're tough. But, we've been a little inconsistent with the gloves, but we'll be okay. I mean, look, After this week, we go into the playoffs and it's a clean slate. So, we're ready.
Right. And I know, I mean, especially here, once again, in terms of talking on that momentum type factor, you're going up against a team that you put up 26 runs against in the past 2 games, and now you have a chance to see them here on your home turf. I mean, is this one of those games? Like, how do you go into one of these games? You kind of go in with that same type of mindset of, hey, it's a new series, anything can happen, or is it something where like, hey, let's try to perfect any little area possible that say could be a weakness going into the postseason?
I mean, we're always trying to improve, from day to day, whether it's practice or game situations. So, we're we had a couple, mishaps yesterday in the field that we had to clean up for today, but we approach every game the same way. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. We have to take care of business ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, it's because I know as you near the end, and especially I think is what I'm looking at right here, the 2 final games that you have are both home games after this Rowan College of South Jersey Cumberland series of going up against Bucks County. But I mean, how's I'm not apologize if I kind of already somewhat went to this earlier in the interview, but how is the vibe feeling with the girls going into the postseason? How's it? Is it that confidence factor? Is that confidence factor really there in the locker room?
Yeah, they don't waver. If we lose a game, they come back right back and fight to try to get a win the next one. So they're excited about the playoffs, and we've got a nice team. We don't have a big team. I mean, the numbers are not exactly where we want them to be, and we're working on that for the future. But this is a productive group, and we're excited about what's in front of us.
Right. Now, this is probably one of the questions that I definitely would say I would hate to ask a coach. But, I mean, what specific player would you say – oh, man, putting the hand on the head. It's probably the toughest one to answer for a coach. But, I mean, what player would you say is the standout one, and not just in terms of performance, but in terms of leadership overall in the clubhouse?
I mean, honestly – there's no one person. There really isn't. Believe me, I have no problem with telling you if there was. there really isn't. I mean, they are a close-knit group. They're there for each other in every situation. And I mean, obviously the mainstays when you watch softball or baseball, your pitchers, your catchers. I mean, so obviously they're more of the, I guess you could say, leaders on this team because they're involved in every pitch.
Right.
So, but they do. They lead by example. They're there every day. They work hard and they get better every day. And can't say enough about them. Right.
And for the final question here of this interview, I mean, how are the sophomores feeling going into this? I mean, obviously it's the thing of, you finally get to know them and then they're gone. It's not like the theme of a 2-year school. I know you know very well about that from the interviews that we did with you in the beginning of the year, referring to basketball. But I mean, how are the seniors, going into this and, it's just overall the feel?
They've been great. I mean, they haven't really talked much about the end of the season or that their playing days are coming to an end. Yeah. They really haven't. And I think that's better that they're focused on the task at hand and not looking too far ahead. But right. I mean, 3 of my 5 that are done after this year were also basketball players. So I've spent a lot of time with those 3 especially. So, it's always hard as a coach when, you're losing your graduating players, especially, because of, like you said, we only get them for 2 years. So things, they start today, they end tomorrow. It happens so fast, but, it's a good group, and I think that their approach has been really good this year.
Right. Well, hey, we wish you the best of luck going into, especially this coming up 2-game series, and as well for your final 4 games of the year in the regular season. Again, hopefully it goes real smooth and everything. Again, going up against RCSJ Cumberland, you can catch that here live on 91.5 WDBK, both games, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, both p.m., obviously. So we'll have that all here for you and for the wonderful viewers out there. But Coach Chip, appreciate you, and as well, best of luck heading into the postseason.
Appreciate you as well.
Thanks, Vince. I appreciate it as always.
Oh, I think we're somewhat losing him or whatnot. I don't know, but yeah, we did. I think we somewhat lost him.
We somewhat lost him.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay, right? But no, best of luck though. Seriously, the Coach Chip and everything. But we're gonna go to a quick break here live on 91.5 WDBK. When we come back, some talking the draft around the bends. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Anthony knows what I'm talking about. We both can't wait. We'll be back in a matter of moments here at 91.5 WDBK for Midday Madness. Stick around.
Camden County College is offering a free financial literacy workshop series designed to help participants build practical money skills for everyday life. The series includes 3 sessions: becoming a budgeter and setting financial goals on February 17th, building credit on March 24th, and down payment assistance program on April 21st. Workshops are available either in person at Taft Hall, room 105, or virtually through Zoom. The Financial Literacy Workshop Series is presented by Camden County College in partnership with Focht and is part of the Division of Student Success and Retention. This has been a public service announcement from Camden County College.
The second and final Spring Open House will be held on April 26, 2025. The event will be held on the Camden campus of Camden County College. You can RSVP right now. Check-in will begin at 8:15 a.m. with the welcome session starting at 8:30 a.m. This will take place in the Camden Conference Center on 601 Cooper Street in Camden, New Jersey. For any additional questions, you can email admissions@camdencc.edu.
Graduating soon with an associate degree from Camden County College, the Transfer, Admissions, and Advising Committee is offering the 2026 TAAC Haley King Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship opportunity is available for students preparing to transfer and continue their education after completing their associate's degree. Students interested in learning more about the scholarship and eligibility requirements can find additional information through Camden County College Transfer Services. For details, contact the Camden County College Transfer Office or visit the college's transfer service courses.
Thinking about continuing your education after Camden County College? Newman University will award one Camden County College student a full tuition scholarship. The scholarship is available for a student beginning at Newman in the fall of 2026 who is completed at an associate's degree prior to enrollment and has been admitted to the university. Students interested in learning more about the opportunity can contact their transfer advisor or reach out to Christina Irby at Newman University. Additional information is available at newman.edu as well as camdencc.edu.
Hello, my name is Sydney. Hello, my name is Haley. We are dental hygiene students at Camden County College, Blackwood campus. Did you know that we have a dental hygiene clinic on campus that is open to the public? Our clinic is open for appointments Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Tuesday afternoons. At our clinic, we offer a range of preventative services such as dental cleanings, x-rays, fluoride treatments, sealants, clot control programs, nutritional counseling, and tobacco cessation. We are located on the Blackwood campus in Halpern Hall Science Building on the first floor, and our phone number is 856-374-4930. Please stop by the clinic or call us to schedule an appointment today.
What is the Educational Opportunity Fund, or EOF for short? The Educational Opportunity Fund community fosters academic achievement, personal growth, and leadership skills that last a lifetime. Academic and financial benefits include personalized academic advising, financial assistance, free college prep summer programs, career exploration, goal planning and leadership development, workshops, tutoring, and more. Just go to camdencc.edu to find out more.
And welcome back to 91.5 WDBK for Midday Madness, as we are now officially around the bend now, and the board is open. The text board is open, 856-345-9325, as we look to get back in action here in the 91.5 studios. Of course, it's myself, Vincent Focht, along with
Anthony Bambino.
And as promised, we're gonna talk about the draft. We're gonna talk about the draft, right?
I'm ready.
A lot of stuff went down, right? A lot of stuff went down. We were talking, I think, the Eagles picked up on a fruit. Lemon.
Mackay Lemon. Via
right?
trade for Dallas. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, via trade for Dallas, and we fleeced the Steelers. So that was kind of nice.
Yeah,
that was kind of nice. Still funny how they were on the phone with him.
Oh,
and,
as he's
and Roseman's like, not so fast.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh no, never mind. Yeah, see, we're gonna pick you with this pick right here. But no, I do think there are a lot of teams that came away with some very good picks of very good players when it comes to certain positions. For example, Arizona taking Jeremiah Love with the third overall pick. When we look at Jeremiah Love's stats while he was at Notre Dame, career 41 games, 40 433 rushing attempts, 2,882 yards, 36 rushing touchdowns, 63 receiving yards. 63 receptions. My fault.
Damn, only 63.
594 receiving yards and 6 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now, this is overall, I think, a good pick for Arizona because, especially with how they're their offense has been. I think their defense is fine.
Yeah.
Defensively, they're good, but just offense, it's really, I think, trying to find a person that can work well with Marvin Harrison Jr. On the same side of the ball. And, especially you give somebody like you give Jeremiah Love or you give whoever, you give who's their quarterback now? I forget. Is it their backup now?
Yeah.
So you give their backup you have 2 great offensive weapons. You have a great running back, great receiver. I wouldn't say that they are playoff bound, but I could see them possibly making a somewhat of a turnaround with like a good losing record. I wouldn't say a good winning record. I would say maybe I could possibly see them be going like maybe I would say 9-9.
Yeah, I can, something like that can definitely come. Well, it'd be 9-8.
Well, 9-8, yeah,
but I see what you're saying. Like kind of in that 500 range where there's something where they could possibly get into a wild card spot. I mean, you have Jacoby Brissett back there. And that's something where, we'll have to see exactly how that works. I mean, that Arizona could very much be a team where a guy that you at least expect perform well actually does perform well. But I mean, Jeremiah Love, English. I mean, the guy's got some meat to him. 212 pounds. He's 6 foot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something not bad at all.
Very athletic, can hurdle over like a man anytime. Yeah. I think that was, to me, when watching, a lot of the college football games and just overall trying to analyze this draft class.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when it comes to a running back, he was probably one of the best at that position.
Yeah.
Next to, I hate to say it, but next to Saquon, because with the way how athletic he is, and it's the way he can, once you give him the ball, he can make a play, make a move, go right to the end zone.
Yeah.
I think that was a very good pick for Arizona. And another person that I would say that was like, wow, Mansour Delane. The Chiefs trading up via Cleveland for Mansour Delane. He was a great corner at LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, that him at that position was very good to watch. I mean, I watched a few LSU games when, and he was on the field. I was like, that guy is going to be something. He's going to be a great corner in the league. Now, in my opinion, I think this is great for Kansas City.
Right.
Because you get, obviously you get a great corner who can attack the offense, lock up your number one receiver, stop any plays from happening to possibly, get that 4th down or that incomplete. Now, like I said, this is good because, they traded Trent McDuffie, one of their best corners, to the Rams for a bunch of draft capital. And now you bring in Mansour Delane, who I would say is can become Trent McDuffie or even a top corner in the next coming years. What's your opinion on all these picks? I mean, obviously with the Raiders picking Fernando Mendoza as the number 1 overall pick, which is, I think it was bound to happen. I mean, Raiders were definitely in need of a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it's something where, the teams that were at the bottom in terms of the Raiders, I mean, you had to do what you had to do. You had to pick the best player available. There's 2 things that I really like to say, and there's 2 versions of this, of picking the best player available. There's either the really bad picking the best player available, where you're just, you're a team that just needs whatever they can get, or there's the really good,
like the New York Jets.
Well, yeah, the Jets. The Titans were somewhat in there.
I do like that though. They picked Carnell Tate. They gave Cam Ward a great offensive weapon. I mean, he also has Wan'Dale Robinson now from the Giants.
Yeah.
With Brian.
Giants are scaring me a little bit.
Yeah, they are. I could see them becoming a Super Bowl contender or possibly going to a Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
It's not crazy to think about because, you picked up, they picked up Arvell Reese, who fell all the way to the 5th pick. and you picked him up. Then you had the 10th pick, which you got in the trade for Dexter Lawrence with Cincinnati.
Right.
Picked an offensive tackle, Francis I'm so sorry if I butchered the name. Mayagua.
Yeah. We were struggling with that a little earlier in the year.
Yeah, but I mean, you got that, so you have a good offensive line,
right?
A good receiving core. Especially with Malik Neighbors coming back this season after that ACL tear from last season. So this is, I think, it's a possibility. I mean, you also have on the defensive side, you have Arvell Reese, you have Abdul Carter. You have Brian Burns. You have a lot of great offensive and defensive weapons that can really help push, a possible Super Bowl run.
Yeah,
and especially with John Harbaugh coming back and talk about we're going to make this organization what it was.
Right.
I saw that whole press conference. I was like, whoa, okay, Philly has some competition now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do think that this is great. Obviously for Raiders with Fernando, Mendoza, obviously they needed a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, when I look at this draft, it's something that shows the importance of scouting depth. I mean, this is something where there's not exactly a lot of big time stars. I mean, huge big time stars, but it comes back to, and I was saying this on the Sports Council last week or a couple of weeks ago, I should more like say with Jarrett. Before it was happening, we were talking about it, and I'm like, this is something really where it's a behind-the-scenes type of draft. What does that mean? It's the guys that you don't necessarily see running down the field with the ball. It's a big-time line type draft for linemen, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, those big bodies. And I think it's, once you got out of the top portions of the first round, and when I mean top portions, I mean like maybe top 15 around that area, it really started to fall into that depth area. And this is kind of the picks that we started to see. I mean, you go down the line and you're like, you see the big boys starting to go, right? I mean, this is something like even with round 2, Caden McDonald that went to the Houston Texans. I mean, it's these guys that are, I mean, again, you're not necessarily going to be seen as the star power, but are yet the reason why your team finds so much success. I mean, again, you don't have a line, you don't have a QB, you don't have an RB.
Yeah.
So
I think, and like I said, the Fernando Mendoza pick was a great pick for Las Vegas because they were in need of a quarterback. You have a running back. You picked up Ashton Genty previous year. Brock Bowers, he was what, 24 draft?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you picked up Brock Bowers in the 24 draft. So you have.
They're just trying to be competent.
Yeah, I think I think this is good because you can still see what happens, see if it works out.
Yeah.
Then all right, then it's like okay, and then obviously with their free agency picks up, they pick up Tyler Lindenbaum. From the Ravens, Jacoby Dean. I'll never forget them. We
missed Jacoby Dean, but they also at the same time now they're probably glad that they did that the Raiders turned them down. That Max Crosby is still with them as well.
Yeah, so you got Max Crosby, Jacoby Dean. That defense, I'm very interested to see because especially when it comes to the pass rushing, and Kobe Dean can blitz, come right up the middle,
right,
sack the quarterback, or just that pressure on the offensive line of Max Crosby. But I think this is good. The quarterback pick was good because, I mean, when you look at, like I said, same thing with Jeremiah Love. When you look at his overall career college stats for Fernando Mendoza, 36 games, 691 completion, 10,008, 1,008 attempts. And wait, what? Yeah, 1,000 attempts, 68.6 completion rate. 8,247 passing yards, 71 passing touchdowns, 22 interceptions, and 11 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
That's not bad, especially with how he led Indiana, the Hoosiers, to a championship run and won the Natty. I think that is phenomenal. And, obviously, Raiders were not going to pass up on that.
No, not one bit. I mean, especially you're coming from a team last year that had the three worst scoring differential in the NFL.
Yeah.
It was just the Raiders, there was nothing there. There was nothing going. There was nothing developing. And that was something that was seen time and time again. There was just not, I mean, game after game, it was like, how much are we going to lose by this time?
Yeah.
And they got shut out. The Eagles shut them out. But that's the only team the Eagles could look good against was the Raiders last year, folks. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did what they needed to do. And this is what I think a lot of the teams in the bottom portions of the draft, I mean, I should actually say it's more so like the top portions of the draft. The Giants did what they needed to do. The Jets, there they are. The Titans were able, I mean, it was just, you saw the development that needed to happen occurred. I mean, at the end of the day, to sum up the top 10 of the draft.
Especially with Washington picking Sonny Styles, that was great. Especially because they needed a linebacker. They needed that position. Because, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Bobby Wagner now a free agent?
I think he may be.
Yeah. Because there are a lot of free agents, actually, that I'm very interested to see which teams pick them up. Because I know Tyreek's a free agent, I think.
Yeah.
Tyreek's a free agent. Yeah.
Well, they're thinking with Bobby Wagner, he is the Bengals are the expected place for him to go. As they seem like they're very interested in him. But again, that's something that comes out to fill dead space, really. But it's looking like they're saying, it's looking like the Bengals may be possibly looking at him and trying to look to pick him up, things like that. So yeah, it's something where the Eagles have been doing a lot with this as well. Like the certain situations with big time players like that, he's not probably going to be around too much longer, but it's something to think about, something up in the air there.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably see them at least trying to bring him in, especially if they want to do another Super Bowl run like they did in 2022.
Yeah.
I think that they could possibly bring him in, show some of the rookies, like, hey, this is what it's like.
Yeah.
Bring the team together and possibly make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now, something that I did want to talk on too is that was interesting. I don't know if you saw this, but former Vanderbilt QB Diego Pavia is now reportedly signing with the Ravens for a 3-year deal as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
Even though he was supposed to go to them this weekend to try out for their rookie minicamp, but they already signed him in advance. Now, I'm not gonna lie, he was the first Heisman Trophy finalist. To ever go undrafted. I'm going to be honest. I'm not surprised he went undrafted.
Right.
I mean, when you look at how he was after he lost the Heisman, very, speaking out against the people who voted, or just overall speaking out against, being like, oh, I should have won. Scouts look at that. Scouts, coaches, teams, they all look at that. They want to look at how you are as not only a player, but as a person.
Right.
And I feel like overall that was a very cocky move to do that. Because it's like, okay, well, whoa, like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, I get it. You want to, you think you want to become the best player. Everybody wants to become the best player, no matter what, at what position you're at. Everybody wants to go down as like one of the greats. But for you to kind of come out there and just talk badly about the work, everything regarding, I think he talked bad about the SEC.
Yeah, he was going on a whole rant. It was something where at the end of the day, you look at it and they're like, do we really want this in our locker room? Do we really want, because if this is how he's talking about right now, what's the future going to bring? Is this going to create?
Is he going to create problems, especially if he doesn't, they don't go to like a playoff run or they miss the playoffs? Is he going to talk bad about the coach, the staff, the teammates, something like that? So it's like, you really got to take into consideration of that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, at the end of the day, you look at it. Talent is one thing, but also the vibe is another thing. And this is. I mean, you don't want to create unnecessary drama that's going to harm the team down the line. Now, I'm not saying another way that's going to happen. Again, the Eagles are kind of in their own issue with that with Mekhi Lemon right now. How's he going to be with his interesting vibes? But it's more so. This guy completely came out and was like, talking this, talking trash, whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it. So it's
like
why people fall in the draft.
And
this guy was undrafted. So
and I think that shows it's like, you got to watch what you say.
Yeah,
like you can be frustrated. You can come out about stuff like talking about like if you're frustrated with like how the way things were, the play calling.
Yeah,
you can say that, but just don't make it like really obvious. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point where like it causes a lot of media attention. And now you're like, okay, well, dang, now I'm in all this trouble or this media attention that I don't want.
Yep.
Which, brings me to my next topic about, AJ Brown. We saw how he was with, Kevin Patullo calling the offense, coming out, speaking out. No other player was. Realistically, do I see them maybe trading him? possibly, but at the same time, I don't see it happening because it's like, why get rid of something that worked?
Well, see, that's the thing. Why get rid of something that worked? But at the same time, with this Makai Lemon pickup, and as well with all the Dontavian Wicks, Devontae that's going to be back there, you brought in Hollywood Brown. I'm not going to necessarily say he's a starter just yet. Elijah Moore as well. I mean, with the way things are going, I do think that Brown is out. I'm not saying he hates what's going, like he hates the organization, things like that, because he even voiced, his positivity for Sean Mannion. He's like, I'm interested to see what's going to happen out of this. But at the same time, it's just what Howie Roseman's trying to finagle. I don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, he's gone. But, when asked about it, I love how he's trolling. And he's not going to say anything. Obviously, why would he? But he's like, no, as far as we know, A.J. Brown, yeah, he's an Eagle, and that's the way it is. So, yeah. I mean, it very much could happen, and that he returns. But I do seriously think once June 1st hits, I think that there's going to be a deal made, and I think he's going to be out. I do. Unfortunately, I do. But
because if that's the case, then we could see probably Devontae Smith step up and take on that JSN role.
Yeah, I think so.
How Seattle traded. Did they trade or they released DK? I don't remember. I think it was they traded him, right?
Yeah, if I can remember correctly, I'm not quite sure on that one, but I do know,
after DK left, it was DK, JSN, Lockett.
Yep.
And then once DK left, JSN had a standout breakout season and won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I do think that this is possible. If they trade him, Devontae Smith could have a breakout season like JSN and probably, win, offensive player of the year. Just,
Oh, yeah, there's a chance.
There's a chance.
There's a chance.
I could see it. And obviously, Makai Lemon taking that receiver 2 spot. And then, have Hollywood Brown take number 3 or Elijah Moore take number 3.
Right.
Then at that point, we could have a possibility to go on a potential to, back-to-back Super Bowl run. I could see it. But realistically, it all comes down to Brown. It just comes down to what they're going to do at AJ.
Well, I mean, it depends on the vibes and, what exactly is coming out of that locker room. Again, if he doesn't want to be here, I don't want him. But at the same time, I don't think that's necessarily what's coming out of this. I think he wants to see how this develops. But at the same time, we'll see moving forward because I think right now what is happening, Hurts is now getting the opportunity to have more targets in terms of more options. It's not that forced feeling of, I got to get it to him because if I don't get it to him, he's going to be angry. It's just there's more available there. Like they even picked up Eli Stowers, probably the second best tight end in the draft.
Yeah.
He is a receiving tight end. This guy as well is as fast as our new wide receiver in Makai Lemon. He's over, I think, a 4.3 he ran in the combine. I mean, it's just a tad over 4.3, I think. But yeah, this guy can maneuver. He is a receiving tight end. You brought in, 1,000 new wide receivers this year. I'm not saying they're all at the level A.J. Brown was, because again, A.J. Brown was your guy. We're not going to ignore that he was a big time talent. I don't want that to come out that way.
Yeah, no.
But that crisp route running that Makai Lemon has, it's very similar to the way Devontae Smith runs. He's the guy who goes up and gets the ball. He doesn't drop the ball much. He's only dropped the ball 3 times in 3 years. And it's that crisp route running that I think is really going to hit home with Makai Lemon. I mean, it's I don't know. It's just the way things are looking on what is being put together. And again, I understand Howie Roseman likes to build great foundations for teams. That way there's not really a fall off. They're kind of always in the mix. But it's still just the maneuvers that are happening. And as much as he is paying attention to this receiving core, not a bad thing, but still it's kind of those pointers, those indications
that
are just too strong.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not confirming anything.
No.
Obviously, I have no business to, but I don't know. It's June 1st is going to be interesting. I'll say that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Caleb Downs also going to Dallas.
That was a big one too.
I'm gonna be so for
damn it,
so for real. We were kind of hoping. Hey, Howie, I was like watching the Howie, make a move. I mean, come on, trade up to get Downs. But I in all reality, I really did possibly see Caleb either going to the Giants or even maybe Commanders, because Commanders do need help defensively.
Yep.
Offensively, I wouldn't say they have much of an issue. It's just more so the defense. They definitely need that more secondary help. And, thinking that, they were going to maybe pick Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
Oh, pick Sonny Styles, which that was good too, because it's like, get a linebacker that can really cause more of a pass rush at the same time while also playing either whether you put him in middle linebacker can really, tack your offense. That was great. But, Caleb Downs going to Dallas.
So I said, damn it.
That was a good pick though, because Dallas does need help defensively.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
they do. Obviously Jordan Tyson going to the Saints. Like I said, this is great. You have Chris Olave there who can help him develop more at the receiver position. Develop more as a player. Have Tyler Show have more offensive weapons.
Yeah,
because he was phenomenal last season for just as a rookie.
Yeah,
for him to go off as well as he did. Spencer Rattler, buddy.
Yeah,
I think they found their guy, man.
Yeah, I know, and I don't like that. But I mean, it just shows, what the building blocks can do, and as well putting up a good, strong foundation without any cracks and not just putting Band-Aids on it over and over again. But there's just a lot of teams that, you wouldn't expect to be here 2 years ago, but now are in the expected area of making a playoff run or possibly a little bit more. So it's been absolutely crazy, that I can definitely say. But that, unfortunately, folks, does it for us today here on this Midday Madness show. It's been wonderful hanging out. We've been able to test some little things. We had Nick Earnshaw in the beginning, right, with our new tech, right? We had Coach Chip, the softball coach, join us halfway through this show. He was calling in from his office. A little interesting right there, but they'll be having games today. Again, a doubleheader, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. today on the Blackwood campus of Camden County College. It will be live here on 91.5, 3 o'clock again, and 5 p.m. Tune in for some softball action. But as for me, Vincent Focht, that's going to do it for this Midday Madness show. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Have a great rest of your week. And as always, God bless.
91.5 WDBK-FM has its text line back. You can text in to our student shows at 855